So yesterday I talked about big rocks in a training program or a practice design. So how do you know what a big rock is? If you think about if you only could practice on 3 skills, or if you could only use 3 drills in a practice, or if you only had 10 minutes per day to practice with your team or as a player to practice on your own, what would you do with those 3 skills or 3 drills or 10 minutes? If you can think critically and come up with the important things or what you would do with that limited amount of time, those are going to be your big rocks. And those are the things that you should spend more time on. So if I was limited to 10 minutes per day, whether as a player or a coach, I'm not going to spend time doing stationary 2-ball dribbling drills. I'm going to focus more. If I'm a coach, I'm going to focus probably on shooting, maybe 3-on-3 and 5-on-5 play. That's where I'm going to invest my 10 minutes. A different coach might invest them differently. Similarly, if I'm a player, same thing. Working out for 10 minutes a day, I'm not going to do stationary dribbling drills. I'm going to try to play one-on-one with somebody who's better than me. I'm going to work on my shooting, and maybe, especially me not being very athletic, I'm probably going to do something to try to work on my athleticism, whether it's doing some plyos or lifting weights or sprints, something like that, where I can try to get a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, a little bit stronger. If I'm limited to only 3 drills or working on 3 skills, again, it's going to depend on my team, but I'm going to, if I'm limited to 3 drills, like I said, I'm probably doing shooting 3-on-3 and 5-on-5 because I think I can get through everything in 3-on-3 and 5-on-5 from a team standpoint, and then I always want my teams to shoot well, because to me that's the determining factor in most games, is the ability to shoot. So, that's where I'm going to spend my time. Those are my big rocks, and yours might be different, but if you can think about, how am I going to spend my time? If I only have 3 drills, if I can only practice 3 different skills, so if I can only practice 3 skills, let's say, I pick shooting, transition defense, and half-court defense as my 3 skills. What are the drills then? What's the number 1 drill that I can do for each of those skills? And so I can further limit it or expand it based on that, trying to think about, again, what are the big rocks in terms of, the skills that I want to do, and then within those skill groupings, what are the big rocks in terms of which drills have the most impact on each of those skills. And again, that's where I'm getting to my big rocks, and that's where I'm getting to the drills and the skills and the practice design that should comprise the most of my time. And that doesn't mean that something like a 2-ball stationary dribbling drill is wrong. It just means that over the course of a practice, it certainly shouldn't take up a large percentage of time. It's kind of an accessory drill as opposed to the meat and the potatoes. And so make sure that more time is spent on the things that you value the most, and then you can use the rest of the time to kind of fill out practices with some accessory drills, working on some of the other skills, and then also, like I said yesterday, with some of the things that maybe motivate players or develop some creativity in players, or give them a chance to work on things that might be more enjoyable or that they really want to spend time doing, or create a challenge for them so that they can practice on their own. But make sure that we take care of the big rocks first.